Incredible discourse.
Hi everyone, welcome to Incredible Discourse. Today I wanted to start off by talking about the goals and the priorities of archaeology as a discipline. And I know this is not necessarily a list that I'm going to present the list. Give me a minute. So I'm going to give you a list of the goals and priorities of archaeology. And I know not everyone is going to agree with them, but that is part of the process. I'm going to put this out, and then in response, people can comment, people can let me know, what they think, and we establish a dialogue. And I intend this to be very productive. So let's get into it. First one, identity. Archaeology has the incredible ability to establish and maintain not only ethnic, cultural, but national identities. If we look back to really when modern archaeology began, it was started and really became prevalent as a tool for the nation state to help justify and support itself and unify large groups of people. So here we see not only a theoretical goal and priority for archaeology, but also a very practical one. Number two is pretty easy. It's cultural preservation or historical preservation, essentially heritage management. So archaeology takes the past and preserves it, either through physically preserving the objects and materials from the past, or taking the data from excavations and data from historical documents and different sources of ways we find out about the past, and it preserves them either through physically or through documentation. Number three is an interesting one, because when I was first interested in finding out, what the point of archaeology is, and that question kind of led to me creating this list. I asked a lot of people, archaeology, why bother? What's the point? What could you do with archaeology? And a lot of people said, well, it's important. So I asked them, why? Why is archaeology important? And a lot of answers I got back had to deal with archaeology for the sake of archaeology for historical preservation, but a lot of people were just because it's important, because archaeology is something that people do. And at the time, I found that not very satisfying. But as I reflected on it and thought about it, it's really a different way of saying that archaeology is a form of eudaimonia, which is a Greek term meaning something done for its own sake. So archaeology done for archaeology's sake puts it into a subdivision. So I think we can think about it as archaeology as a type of learning, right? A way of learning about ourselves. And knowing oneself and knowing about ourselves is in and of itself valuable. So number three is eudaimonia, in that archaeology is valuable because of its capacity to create and propagate knowledge. All right, number four. Number four is split into two, but it has one common element that unites both sides, and that is relationships. Archaeology is great at understanding relationships. So we have the human nature relationship, so it's the way that people have engaged with and related to the material natural world. So we have everything from understanding the relationship between humans and their environments to the materiality of things and the interconnectedness of people and objects. And on the other hand, we have the human-human relations. So this deals with the way that people understand their relationships to themselves. And this we can tie back to the first one, identity. So if we look at identity as archaeology for understanding ourselves, we can look at the human-human relation as archaeology for understanding how we interact with and govern people. So this deals with issues of governance. It deals with issues of social complexity and social issues. And there you have it. 4, maybe 5 if you count the last one as being divided into 2. Goals and priorities for archaeology today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely want to hear some comments and feedback. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please put them in the list. Please put them in the comments below. And make sure to click like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the future.